right, we continue on with Morning at NTV, and it's a pleasure to be in your company. It's a Friday, and first of all, I love the weather. Now, this is the kind of weather that you should be actually enjoying everywhere you are right now. So if this is not the case, then you are in the wrong country. For those of you that are joining us from the diaspora, it is Morning at NTV Friday's edition. My name is Priscilla Regina Nalwoga, and we are at Afro Park Hotel in Muyenga that is hosting us this morning as we have our conversations. Now, one of the conversations that we are having are energy and clean energy. In terms of business, we do have a company that has taken leaps and bounds of faith to actually engage in clean energy. And in also reference to the President's address on Wednesday, President Museveni emphasized increased adoption to clean energy so as to combat environmental hazards brought by various degradation. Now, Sahara Foundation, creating significant and sustainable impact across Africa, Asia, Europe, and the Middle East, have mandated themselves to actually promote increased access to energy and sustainable environments already, and have started the idea. And this morning, I'm pleased to have a conversation with Chiso, who's the program manager, Sahara Foundation, for more details on clean energy. Chiso.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes,
How are you?
Very fine, thank you.
So Chiso is from Nigeria. I have just learned, so I'm tempted to go with a Nigerian accent, but no, not this morning. First of all, tell us more about Sahara Foundation and what exactly you do.
Okay, so Sahara Foundation is a corporate citizenship vehicle for Sahara Group, which, like as you mentioned, is an African-owned energy and infrastructure company operating in 42 countries and across Middle East, Asia. And so basically we're the social good arm of the organization. And in Uganda, we have the Ashami Uganda Limited, which is part of the group. And they are basically into bulk importation and distribution of petroleum products in Uganda. And so, like you mentioned, with clean energy, we have 4 LPG vessels, which is a great investment in bringing clean energy to Africa. Even in Eastern Africa, I think so Sahara Group is a major player in bringing petroleum products into Tanzania and into Kenya, Rwanda. We're growing it in Uganda. And so my work as a program manager for Sahara Foundation is, so we believe in sustainability. So we believe in programs and projects that improve the communities and countries where we operate in. So I lead programs there.
What is clean energy? Because so many Ugandans have been here in this conversation of clean energy. It seems to be a word in the corporate environment. So to the Wanayinti, to the last person down there, what is clean energy?
Okay, so I think the best way to define clean energy would be to start from the sustainability standpoint. We all know about the effects of climate change and all the effects of things we're doing. So sustainability means we want to leave the world a better place for the next generation. So using fuel, eco-friendly fuel. So it's a transition, because we also know that it doesn't happen one day. It's a transition. So yeah, that's what we're supporting. So clean energy basically is like LPG gas, which has reduces the less harmful effects on the environment. But the program that we actually launched in Uganda, which we also have across Nigeria and in Kenya, is we're building smart technologists. We're building, it's called the Sahara Catch Them Young and Curious program. So like today we have the demo day. We have 150 students, so 50 students in Ghana, 50 students in Nigeria, 50 students in Kenya, which we've taken on a year-long academic journey, introducing them to technology, science, tech, so into STEAM, so which is science, tech, engineering, arts, and mathematics. And so after taking them through that, we've asked them, look into your environment. What problems have you seen? And we want you to now think of a solution.
Just pause it right there for us to understand. The 150 students that you take on a year-long program, is that inclusive of the current education curriculum?
Yes, it's an after-school program.
So they will stay in school. You just bring an additive of your programs to what they already have.
Yes, and it's in partnership with our implementing partner, STEM Cafe. So every week, a STEM Cafe's personnel comes to their school to take them through the program. And so what's interesting about it is that after the program they've finished, we're having a national demo. So we've done one in Nigeria. So the 2 schools we have in Nigeria, we had the students grouped into 5 students per group. They had a demo, and we now got our 3 winners. We've done the same in Kenya, which was last week, so I was in Kenya, and we had 3 winners. And so today we're going to have the 3 winners from Uganda. Ooh. So we're now going to have a regional demo. So the 3 winners from Nigeria, 3 winners from Kenya, and the 3 winners from Uganda are now going to compete to find out our regional finalists.
Okay, and at the end of the day, what are you hoping to instill and achieve with this program?
So it's about putting the right, inspiring curiosity. We want to inspire a new generation of people that see problems and are not complaining, but they're thinking of solutions with using technology. So it's a new, put them in the right environment where curiosity meets innovation. We want a new generation, smart technologists, people, the new Africa, where people don't just complain and say, oh, this isn't working. Yeah. They're thinking, how can I solve the problems?
Okay, so why are you particularly engaging with secondary school students? Why not primary school students? A primary school child actually learns more. They're more eager to pick up than secondary school, focused on studies, adolescence pressure. So why did you focus on this particular age group?
So we were even particular about getting them before they had, you know, there's the thing about how everybody just feels like primary school, yes, but they're still at the stage where they're still figuring out the basic things. We get to a place where everybody just feels like, oh, I'm science, oh, I'm art. We wanted to meet them just before they get into that bureaucracy of being forced into a mold. We want them to know that, you know, technology and science doesn't have to be for a select few. So it's at that point, just after the year Form 3, I'm wondering what the curriculum is here.
Form 3.
From 3 years. Just before they get into that, we want them to know that, you know, science and tech is accessible to everybody. You don't have to be an Einstein or a different person, like an art. So for instance, yesterday we had a vision boarding where we're telling them that beyond this, we want you to think about your future. You can be anything. So have those pictures, have those writings that you're going to paste and every day look at it to inspire you to do all that you can be.
Okay. All right. Now, I know that at the end of the day, all this is supposed to be feeding into accelerating Africa's economic, social development.
Yes.
Show us exactly how this actually feeds into that, especially in aiding Uganda, getting into the place of attaining clean energy and creating those sustainable environments.
Okay, so we're building an ecosystem. So Sahara Group has the capacity. So for instance, in Tanzania, we have one of the largest privately owned depot, 72 million capacity. And we have those 4 LPG vessels. And so right now we're bringing, one of the people that are bringing the largest quantities of petroleum products into East Africa. And with that capacity, so we're doing the same in Cote d'Ivoire, leveraging on what we're doing in other places, there's only more we can do even in Uganda. Mm-hmm. So we're starting off in Uganda, but there's the capacity to grow and continue to do more.
Okay.
Based on the company's, the group's capacity, the group's infrastructure, and yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, as we continue on with these conversations, away from the secondary school students that you're focusing on, there's Priscilla.
Yes.
There's Chris,
yes.
my buddy, the other side. How are you actually targeting or engaging this kind of people to also actively participate?
Okay, so 2 things that come to mind. So for instance, in Sahara Group, our corporate social responsibility is called the PCSR because of there's a personal aspect to it. So our staff members are not just invested in our project. So we have people that volunteer their time, their skills into impacting positively Africa. And the other things that we have other programs. So we have the Sahara Impact Fund, which we launched the 2022 cohort last month. And we have social innovators across Africa. So we have someone we received 196 applications across Africa. And we have 21 fellows from Kenya, Rwanda, Nigeria, Cameroon, Gambia, South Sudan. And we're taking them through a program to improve their investor readiness, because we know that a lot of times we have these good businesses and in Africa, but we want them to be able to take their businesses to the next level. So we're investing, so we're working with Impact Amplifier, Leap Africa, the Ford Foundation, to get those businesses to the next level. And there's also a seed fund for the finalists of $5,000. And so that's one program. This is the second cohort. We've done the first cohort before. We also have programs like the Sahara Technical Regenerator Program, which is to bridge the unemployment gap. We haven't launched it in Uganda yet, but we're coming. So we've done that in Nigeria. We're teaching them meter installation, solar installation skills, giving them life-ready skills to build businesses. And we have a couple of other programs across the nation, just making sure that, you know, so for you, if you had a business, which was in our focus areas, which is access to clean energy or sustainable environment, you could be part of the cohort of the Sahara Impact Fund. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Now, it all sounds glossy, but I know that you've faced some challenges, especially breaking even in the Ugandan market. So what are those challenges that Sahara Foundation has actually experienced in Uganda?
So you know, because for Sahara Foundation, the initiative we've started in Uganda is the Catch Them Young and Curious program, which I spoke about. And initially, the challenges we did face was Uganda, I think more than any other country, had gone on a 2-year education gap. And so when the other schools had started, we hadn't getting the schools to sign up here. And even when they started, teachers and the students and the school body was like, oh, okay, they have a lot of things to cover. And now you want to bring on an after-school program. So those kind of things, it took a while. So the Ugandan cohort started a bit later than the others. So those are some challenges that we had to keep on battling, finding the schools and yeah.
Okay. All right. So with the STEM program that you have right now and also the Catch Them Young and Curious program, how long do you intend to run them? And at the end of the day, what are you intending to achieve for the future of clean energy?
Okay, so we plan on, so when we finish this program, this academic session, we're going to start the next cohort. The idea is for clean energy is to raise this new and bright set of African youth that will understand the power they have in their mind, in their imaginations, and to understand the power it is, even climate change, what climate change means for the nation, what climate change means for Uganda, and to also think out of the box in providing solutions for that. Because for instance, today we had, so in Kenya, we had people that, Kenya and Nigeria, I'm looking forward to the projects that we're going to see today, this afternoon from Uganda. Like my fingers are crossed, they haven't told me what they built out, but like we had people that had irrigation, vertical irrigation systems, like, oh, there's a land issue, so how can we go up? So people had a walking stick for someone that is blind but has sensors.
Oh, really?
And these are young students, secondary school, that are designing it. So let's see what Uganda has for us. So I think for us, the goal is that we want to look at the next generation. So while we're doing things high level for adults and with our LPG vessels and whatnot, we also want to bring that new generation of people that, when they get into power and get into places in Uganda, they're thinking solutions, they're thinking of how to get their country better from that early stage. It's like a spark.
You've tickled me. Now I want to find out. You said you have a demo this afternoon.
Yes.
Give us the details of the demo and the participants.
Okay, so we have students from, my pronunciations, bear me.
It's okay, I'll help you.
Chambogo Secondary School.
Yeah.
So we have 25 students from there presenting
Chambogo
today.
Secondary School, okay.
And then we have students from the St. Sorry, give me a second.
It's okay.
I need to pronounce, sorry, I don't want to.
No, of course you're Nigerian. You may not get the pronunciation very well, but yeah.
Yes, so so we have 2 students, and we're having it today in the STEM Cafe facility.
Okay.
Which is, sorry, give me a second.
Okay, so it's Chiso, and we're talking about the demo program that they're having with the 150 students they started within the cohort. And so they've been streamlining them down to get the very best, and those that are going to be presenting their demos this afternoon in regards to some of the innovations in science, innovations, technology that can actually inspire Uganda. Perhaps the president of Uganda is actually inspiring Sahara Foundation and other Ugandans to actually help him achieve what he's trying to achieve, promoting sciences and also promoting better environments. So, Chambogo Secondary
and St. Peter's Secondary School.
St. Peter's Secondary School. Okay. All right. Where's the demo going to happen?
It's happening at it's happening by 11 a.m. at the Sorry. Give me a second.
Okay, we'll get those details later. And so when these demos are presented to you, what next?
So we have a panel of judges.
Yeah.
And so they're going to select. So we're having, they will select the first, second, and third from Uganda, which we have the regional demo happening August 12th. So we're going to have the 3 winners from this. So we have 5 groups per school. So we have 10 groups from Uganda. So we're picking the top 3. And they are going to meet with the regional winners from Kenya and Nigeria to get our grand demo, and they have the grand prize.
Okay, so this is the challenge I have with these programs. You get people to participate, they bring out their best ideas, you give them money, you take their ideas.
No, we're not taking the ideas away. We're just going to improve. With STEM Cafe, they're going to work on those projects and refine it to make sure that it gets a position that, so like when you see they're secondary school students, so it's a thought process. So even after they finish the edition in Kenya now, in preparation for the grand demo, they're working on it. They're trying to finalize and to get it better. And the ideas are still going to be their own. We're not taking anybody's ideas. We're just...
So when the final winner is presented, do they get to stay with it, working on their project? Does it have the patent rights to them, or is the patent rights to Sahara Foundation?
The patent rights is theirs.
Okay, I'll follow up with this one.
Yeah, we're not taking it from them.
Okay, your closing words, Chiso.
My closing word is, there's so much capacity in Africa. There's so much we can do, and there's so much we will do. The goal of us is to grow the human capital in Uganda, grow the human capital in Africa. And so with this project, this particular project, the still capacity to grow more, is to bring about a positive revolution of young people to inspire Africa. We want Africa to be better. We want Africa to be sustainable. We want Africa to be greater. And so that's what we're working hand in hand with everybody, the teachers, the students, and with you and everyone else to make Africa the nation that we want it to be.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much, Chiso. It was a pleasure to have you. And that is Sahara Foundation. Now, they're definitely giving you a picture of developments that are happening across Africa, and they're engaging with youth to actually come up with the developments, to come up with programs and initiatives that will change Africa for tomorrow. So perhaps one day Africa can be gold. Perhaps one day Africa can be a superpower. Chrissy Ganyon coming up with our Kickstarter. Stay with us.